Hi guys, welcome to Moments with Melody. I am Melody Thompson, the founder and therapist for Creative Care Solutions. I specialize in relationship counseling and Christian counseling. Thanks for tuning in on today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow. So today I'm actually going to do 2 Moments with Melody because I really have something that I just want to share with you guys, 2 different topics. So I just decided to do 2 today. I hope you get to tune in to both of them. But on this first topic, I am going to be talking to the people who are married. This topic is called Making Your Marriage Uniquely Yours. So this one was actually birthed out of the quote of the week, which of course is on my wall, and I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to make your marriage uniquely yours. So the quote of the week actually says, marriages are like fingerprints. Each one is different and each one is beautiful. Again, that says marriages are like fingerprints. Each one is different and each one is beautiful. And that's by Maggie Reyes. So I actually really like that quote because it talks about the uniqueness of each marriage. I think that this topic is really important to talk about because so many times we get caught up on trying to emulate a marriage that we have seen before. So it could be our parents' marriage, it could be our grandparents' marriage, it might even be a friend or a marriage we saw on TV. It could be anyone, but the problem is we get caught up on trying to imitate that marriage, and a lot of times that brings tension and clashing inside of our own marriage. It's important, I think, for all of us to realize that all marriages are unique and beautiful, and yours can be too. And just because your marriage doesn't look like somebody else's doesn't take away any of its beauty. So today, I'd like us to get comfortable with our marriages being unique and beautiful, and I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to ensure that your marriage is uniquely yours. So the first tip says, don't get caught up on other marriages, right? So that's exactly what I started to say when I was saying that sometimes we focus on other people's marriages and we think that those marriages are perfect, or we look at all those positive traits and those positive attributes and aspects of that marriage, and we just really want that for our own marriage. Well, it's okay to want different positive traits and different attributes for your marriage, but you don't have to get that by recreating somebody else's marriage. Your marriage can be uniquely yours, and you still get those positive things that you want inside of your marriage. So don't get caught up on what somebody else's marriage looks like, because every marriage has its own set of problems. Just focus on what your marriage looks like. So the second thing that you need to do to help your marriage to become uniquely yours is to focus on the good inside of your own marriage. So a lot of times we want our marriage to look like somebody else's because we're so focused on the different bad things that are going on in our marriage. As I said, all marriages come with their own set of flaws and good things. And so if we start looking at our own marriage and we start looking at what is positive and focusing on that, allowing our mind to fixate on those kind of things, then we may not be looking to other people's marriages to try to emulate those. We will rest in the beauty of our own marriage and the different things that we need to work on, which would be our flaws. We can work on those things. But we don't fixate on them, and we don't let those define our marriage. Because remember, all marriages are unique and beautiful in their own right. And so lastly, the last tip I'm going to give you for helping your marriage to become uniquely yours is deciding what kind of marriage you want. Now, the thing is that when you try to decide what kind of marriage you want to make sure that you're deciding with your spouse. You don't want to make this choice by yourself. Again, if you do make the choice by yourself, that can bring tension into your marriage. So when you're trying to paint the picture of what this marriage is going to look like, and how we're going to bring beauty inside of the marriage, then you want to do this with your spouse. And so that requires you sitting down and communicating with your spouse the different things that you always thought that your marriage would have, or the different things that you'd like to see inside of your marriage, and allowing your spouse to also communicate those things with you, and then you guys working together to create a plan on how to achieve those things. So those are the 3 tips that I have given you in regards to helping your marriage become uniquely yours. If you are struggling, you and or your spouse are struggling with any one of those things, any aspect of trying to help your marriage become uniquely yours, then feel free to contact me. All my contact information is in the description bar. And I would love to hear from you. I'd love to help you with any of these things, but I hope that you found these tips helpful. I hope that you will apply them. And if you do, you will be one step closer to having your own unique marriage, which is beautiful in its own right. So this is it for the first edition of Moments with Melody on today. And I hope again you can join me for my second edition. I will be talking to 18-year-olds to 23-year-olds. If something in this edition spoke to you, I ask that you would like it, share it, subscribe, and or follow. Until next time, guys.